Hello, mindful friends. Today we're going to be talking about the two truths within the nature of life. So many teachers have taught this, of the nature of life being like the ocean, and that you have the one truth that is the big body of water, the big ocean where all things return to, and it kind of carries all of life. And then the other side of the truth, which is the waves that swell and manifest within this larger ocean. And how the healthiest way to relate to life, to be in life, is to remember both of these truths. That the waves are real. They're a part of the experience. They can be our day-to-day. They can be a big life event that happens. They can be, they're what we're experiencing for ourselves in day-to-day. But then there's also that deeper, interlacing, kind of grounding foundation of life that's the whole ocean, that's beyond just us, just this moment, just kind of this swell of the wave of experience. And that seeing that both are true helps to give us perspective and kind of takes away some of the fear or doubt or even like grief or tragedy linked to just the waves. So just our experience of this thing that I'm going through is everything. That this one wave is all that there is. And then when that wave turns stormy or it crashes onto the shore, that leaves us feeling devastated, like it's all over, like that's all that there was. Whereas if we keep that perspective of, yes, there's this wave, there's this swell, it was stormy in this way, but there is also something so much bigger than just my one experience, just this one wave for me. And that it's held within this greater ocean that contains everybody else's waves, past, present, future. It's all right here in this one ocean. And that my wave is going to be either, reabsorbed by this ocean or supported by it in other ways. It's like it's held within something greater than me. And I think about this of like in a more kind of applicable way is that what happens to us when we go through a day-to-day experience or a life-altering experience or something really difficult. And we have the perspective, right? There is the truth that this is happening to us. We can't deny that, right? We can't like look away and say, oh, well, it's only the big ocean. It's, bigger than this. No, in this moment, this wave is important, and this experience that you're having is having an effect on you. So it gives us permission to feel that experience, to be in it, to recognize that this is a part of reality, is that I'm going through this and it's hard, and that's okay that I experience it. That's our wave. But as we're kind of going through that, it helps to be like, this thing that I'm going through right now is just one wave in this greater system. So it's one wave held within the ocean. And within the nature of this one wave, so what it's made of, its existence is because of something so much bigger than just me and my experience. It's the same material, the same contents as the rest of life and the rest of the ocean. And so this helps us that, yes, we're having this difficult experience, but it's not just us. Like, we're not just the center of everything. It's not just our waves. It's this whole big experience that's beyond just me and my and I. So it's like the little wave is more, we can kind of attach more of the ego to it. This is the my experience. This is the me, and this is my wave that I'm riding. And then we think, okay, the ocean side of it, of thinking, well, this wave wouldn't exist without this whole other great system, without everything else that's in it, without all of these elements that are kind of making up the whole experience of life. And I would say this is like more of the beyond self side of things. So less of the ego and the me, my, and more of the bigger, wider picture. And how it can help us is that we have this experience that's very challenging. And I think about me with my, I've had these back injuries that kind of come and go, and that it kind of will trigger in different levels. And each time that I experience one, the wave side of myself, or the ego side, wants to just cling to this experience. So all I'm seeing is this one wave of, challenging health situation. And when I do that, it's like, this is my whole world. And I'm focused just on that wave. And I think this is all there is. This is the whole experience. And what does that do? It fills me with terrifying fear. And I start thinking like, oh my gosh, this is going to be forever. What's this going to change about my future? Look at everything it keeps me from doing. I think about like the past and what I've lost, or how does this compare to what I've experienced before? And my whole mentality is this one wave. Like that's all there is this experience. So in a healthy perspective, I would say, yes, this is one of the waves. This is one experience in my life of the ups and downs of health, of living, but this isn't the whole picture. So I can be here with this moment, with this pain, with this experience, with this sadness, but I don't have to see it as this is it. This is all. This will be forever. This is my only experience. I can see this is one wave in this greater system. And so I can have that experience, and I can allow myself to go through that, to kind of transition through it, to experience it without trying to suppress these emotions or hide it, or like, no, this wave doesn't exist at all. It's only the big picture. This wave exists. This is hard. It's painful. It's a part of it. At the same time, I keep my perspective and I say, it's more than just this too. And it's more than just my experience of this. Like, there's more to life. There's going to be waves that come after this. It's going to wash onto the shore, and it's going to come back into the ocean, and the ocean's going to manifest other waves. And I'm not the only one experiencing this one wave. And what's kind of creating this experience for me is a part of this other system. It's not just mine. Like, these are elements of life. This kind of suffering, bodily suffering, pain, that's a part of this bigger ocean. It's a part of life's experience. And it helps me to not just attach ego to it and saying this is only happening to me, or this is the most important thing in the world. It's like, this is one wave in the big system. So yes, I can experience it, and I can remember there's a lot more, a lot bigger than just me. And I'm not the only one. And this is not just me. This is not just my wave. That it's held within this greater system. And that gives me more comfort, because in that I know what happens to every single wave. They come, they manifest, and they disappear back into the ocean to reform into another experience that's held within this great miraculous gift of life. So I'm not so fearful of the forever, or that this is the only experience. I see that this wave will come, I'll experience it, but it too will come back into the greater ocean and turn into another wave. So it takes away the fear of forever, and it takes away the loneliness of this is just me, and it takes away the fighting with it. Like, I'm so angry at this, I have to battle this to make it go away. It's like, no, it's just a wave. Like, I can experience it, and it will, on its own, kind of come and go and evolve back into a different wave. So I invite you this week to explore into what are the waves in your life, and are you holding that kind of wider perspective at the same time as experiencing the wave? Are you seeing that it's not just you, not just this experience, that it'll get absorbed back in? It's supported by the bigger ocean, and it will also kind of come back into the bigger ocean and re-evolve into something else. If you enjoy these little talks and would like to join us for a group mindfulness session or individual coaching, you can find us at newleafmindfulness.com. And if you have ideas for other talks or comments, you can leave them below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.